Ugh. Okay. If you are following along with me chronologically as I do these, you just saw graphing systems, okay? Here's the alternative way of solving systems if we do not have the opportunity to graph. This process is called elimination, okay? Now, I'm only going to do one of these problems of elimination because they are a little bit long, and I will not ask you to do more than one of these on the test, so it should just be like a remember this process type of thing. The process is a little bit long, but normally when I start one of these problems, you guys seem to know the rest of it, which is kind of cool. I don't know how you learned it like that, but I like it. I think it's pretty cool that you guys catch on pretty quick. But if you want to see this multiple times, just rewatch the video, you know? Skip to whatever this timestamp is. Make note of this timestamp and then go back to it. Okay, so our first step in elimination is that we are going to draw parentheses around both of our equations, okay? We are going to do this because we want to distribute in the next step, okay? We are going to take note of the numbers in front of each equation. So for this one, there is a 4. This one doesn't have one, but as you guys should know, if there isn't a number with a variable, there's always that imaginary 1. And then what we do is we crisscross or flip the numbers. So because there's this positive 4 up top, I write a positive 4 on the bottom. There's a positive 1 on the bottom. I write a positive, I should change that. There's a positive 1 up top. Now to actually make the elimination happen, I need to change the sign of the top number. So if it is a positive number, you make it negative. So like what I did there. If it's a negative number, you make it positive. Now we're actually going to distribute through. If you don't know how to distribute, go back to the distribute video and then you'll see how it works. But it's just multiplying, right? So we distribute to every number on the inside of the parentheses. That gives me negative 4x minus 3y equals negative 12. And then the same thing on the bottom, right? We distribute that 4 to everything. So that gives me 4x plus 8y equals 40. What you should notice, if you did this correctly, you should have the same number in that first column. 1 positive, 1 negative, right? So I have a negative 4 and a positive 4. That means I did it right, okay? Now we add them together. And this is where the elimination comes in. We're going to eliminate one of the variables. So negative 4x plus 4x, well that's 0x. So we eliminated the x. Negative 3y plus 8y is 5y equals negative 12 plus 40, and that is 28. Then we solve for y, just like what we did for Don't Call Me After Dark. Again, if you want to know any of these steps, go back to that. It's really important to know. So we divide both sides by 5, which gives me y equals 28 over 5. I kind of picked some bad numbers, but fractions work the same. Fractions are just numbers. Don't freak out about it. You won't have fractions for when you're doing this problem by yourself. This was kind of on me, but whatever, right? 28 over 5, that's what we got. Okay, now that I know what y is, I also need to find what x is. So in doing this, you are going to pick one of the original equations, either this 4x plus 3y equals 12, or this 1x plus 2y equals 10, whichever one you want. I personally pick the one that always looks easiest to me, so the things with the easier numbers like this 1x plus 2y equals 10. I'm just going to rewrite it, 1x plus 2y equals 10. And now that I know that my y is 28 over 5, I can replace the y with that 28 over 5. Now I can solve it algebraically, right? So 2 times 28 over 5, which I picked bad numbers, so times 2. Okay, so we have 1x plus 56 over 5 equals 10. And then we're going to solve for x. So minus 56 over 5 on both sides. Again, you guys will not have fractions, but they work the same. The steps are still the same. 1x equals negative 6 over 5. And we divide by 1, giving me x equals negative 6 over 5. Bing, bang, boom. You found both variables. That's how elimination works, okay? Do not stop at this point here, okay? That's only half credit. You need to get both variables to get full credit. This is going to be a 4-point question, so it's going to be worth the amount of points that it's for the amount of work that you're doing. So just make sure that you're actually doing it in full. And again, if you do not understand this, please go back and rewatch it, right? Rewatch it as many times as you want, okay?